thank you for being on the call here tonight. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to take some notes myself, and I'm excited about what you're going to share with everybody on the Zoom here tonight.
Mr. Maser, thank you so much for just even allowing me to be a part of this incredible training call that you and your brother have put forth for all of us. You know, for those of you who hadn't had the opportunity of meeting Mr. Maser himself, he didn't talk a lot about his successes, but let me tell you, he is a gentleman that you have to meet. He is my personal mentor, somebody who really took me by the hand 10 years ago and showed me the system that I'm about to teach you today. And I've been very blessed over the last 10 years to be mentored by incredible people like Senior Vice President, Circle of Champions, Mr. Patrick Maser. And so to have him hosting tonight's call, but more importantly, having the opportunity to hear from him later to teach some of the most important aspects of the system here with ACN is truly an unfair advantage. So Mr. Maser, thank you so much for the opportunity. And for those of you who I haven't had the opportunity of meeting, my name is Moheyer. I'm a Platinum Regional Vice President here with ACN. And I got started 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. I was 21 years old. I was a full-time college student, full-time soccer player, having zero background in this industry. But let me tell you folks, even at a young age of 21 years old, I saw the value of getting paid residual income. And I knew that if I could do something part-time, spare time, and fit it in the very cracks and crevices of my schedule and stay consistent with it, I knew that over time, it could compound to be something really, really significant. And that's what it's done not only for my family, but for thousands of families all across the world. And let me tell you folks, it is because of this system that we're about to dive into detail with you this evening. It is the full reason that I'm able to now stay at home and watch my 9-month-old daughter take her first steps, speak her first words. I'm able to see all the important aspects of my child's life without missing a beat, but yet have a part in financially supporting my family in a really, really big way. And so what I want to do is I want to dive into what I like to call the lifeblood of our opportunity. And that is how we get paid, and that's via customers and customer acquisition. And so let's dive into the details of how we get paid real quickly. We get paid 3 different ways with our compensation plan. The first way we get paid are upfront bonuses for the customers that we go out and acquire. See, these bonuses change on a monthly basis. The co-founders come out with a bonus for every single month, and this is now money. This is money that we have the opportunity of going and achieving and acquiring ourselves immediately. But here's what I want to share with you. The reason I got started 10 years ago was not for the bonus money, although the bonus money is great, and I'm going to dive into the details of how we can get paid this month in the month of May. But the reason I got started was because of the residual income. If there's one word that I want you guys to understand this evening, it's residual income. That's 2 words, residual income. And that's personal residual income is the first way that we get paid. And we can get paid up to 10% of every bill that we personally acquire. And I'm going to dive into the details of how we do that. The third way that we get paid here with ACN is called overriding residual income. Here you leverage your time. You build a sales team. You get paid like a corporation. So let's dive into these 3 different methods real briefly. As I mentioned, the first and most powerful way is personal residual income. And if you notice on the screen here, we work on a point system. See, all of our services with ACN are worth a point value. I'm going to show you here in just a couple minutes all the services that we provide and the points that are associated with each service. Some services are worth 1 point. Some services are worth 3 points. Some are even worth 6 points today. But we function on a point system. And when you start acquiring customers, you start building your point value. And if you personally have anywhere between 1 and 29 points, you're going to earn 1% of all of those bills. But I know you didn't dial in on a Sunday evening, especially on Cinco de Mayo, to learn how to get paid 1%. Here's what I want you to write down. Take out your pen and paper. This is where I want you to start taking notes. I want you to write down attack 60 points. Attack 60 points. Because the minute that you hit 60 personal customer points, you now get paid 10% residual income every single month on every single bill that you personally acquire. Here's the important part for you to remember. It's not that you get paid 10% on future bills. It's you get paid on 10% of all bills that you've acquired over your career here with ACN. So attack 60 points. The second way we get paid is overriding residual income. See, how many of us are familiar with real estate, right? In real estate, there are real estate agents. And those agents, when they sell a home, they get paid one time for that sale. But then there are real estate brokers. And brokers, they've built a team of agents. Now, if any agent within that team sells a home, the agent gets paid, but who else gets paid? The broker. See, we've taken that exact same concept and have applied it here with ACN. Meaning you could be a broker of an online storefront. You can go out and introduce this incredible blessing called ACN to anybody that you know. And when they own their own business within ACN and start acquiring customers, whether you know those customers or not, you're gonna get paid up to 8% of residual income every single time those customers pay their bills. Listen, if you're looking to do something significant with your life, if you're looking to do something where you can get flat out wealthy with this opportunity, it's leveraging your time, building distribution. By building distribution, you can get paid in countries you've never visited. You can get paid in currencies you can't pronounce. You can get paid while you sleep. See, this is how I'm now able to be a stay-at-home mom and watch my daughter grow up and yet financially support my family in a big, big way. That's how I was able to acquire over 40,000 customers every single month when they pay their bill. And it's because of the power of leverage. And listen, folks, we have Senior Vice President Patrick Maser, who's going to come on after me and explain into detail how to build a successful organization so that you can override a significant residual income. This month, for the month of May, as I mentioned, the bonus that's out on the table is absolutely spectacular. And to make it, to break it down in the most simplistic of form, here is how you can acquire up to $1,200 within your first 30 days of business. Meaning if you're taking a look at our opportunity for the very first time and you're getting started here in the month of May and you personally acquire just 12 customer points. And listen, folks, I'm about to show you how easy this is. If you personally acquire just 12 customer points and you listen to the coaching and mentorship here after me by Senior Vice President Patrick Maser, and we help you acquire just 3 business partners who go out and get 7 customer points themselves, listen, by doing just this, in your first 30 days, you can earn a $1,200 bonus. Isn't that spectacular? For those business owners on the line, can we agree it's quite difficult nowadays to invest yourself into a business and make your money back, let alone be in profit within your first 30 days of business. But ACN allows us to do that. Again, this is money that we can earn now. So you might be taking a look at this screen. First of all, I highly recommend taking a quick minute, draw this out, take a picture, whatever you need to do, because we want to show you tonight how to acquire this bonus in the most simplistic of form. So you might be looking at this and saying, well, how do I acquire 12 customer points? Well, take a look at all the services we offer. We have a buffet of services that have an extremely high amount of point values as well. Take a look, Flash Wireless, you can get up to 9 customer points for some family plans. We do Zoom Energy, home phones, internet. We do merchant services and ID theft protection. See, just by the buffet of services that we offer, you can go out and acquire 12 customer points probably within your first 12 to 24 hours. But if you're a goal-oriented person, I like to take baby steps to see the big picture. And if you are a goal-oriented person like myself, your very first goal for tonight, before you lay your head down on tonight's pillow, your very first goal is, instead of attacking 12 customer points, go and attack 7. We want you to get customer qualified so that you position yourself to start earning income with our company. So write this down. To get customer qualified, it's super simple. You acquire just 3 services, folks. Just 3 services that equal 7 or more customer points. 3 services, 7 or more customer points. And what I want to do right now is I want to dive into 2 services that I firmly believe are going to really help you achieve this goal before you lay your head down on tonight's pillow. And the first service that I want to talk about is ID Seal. You've heard Mr. Maser talk about really this season or window of opportunity that we're in right now when it comes to ID theft protection. See, what you may not realize is that 1 out of every 5 people get their identifications compromised in some fashion. See, I actually heard a statistic just the other day. The other day I heard that one out of 1,000 people utilize their home and auto insurance, but yet we all have it. It's a requirement. We all have to acquire home and auto insurance, but only 1 out of 1,000 people actually utilize it. See, here with ID theft, 1 out of every 5 people are affected, yet less than 15% of Americans actually have protection. So can we see that in a year or 2 years, ID theft protection is going to be just as common as car insurance? And right now, folks, less than 15% of Americans actually have the protection, which means we have the opportunity with this window, with this season that we're in within ACN, to capitalize and bring ID Seal to the masses. And it's super simple to acquire customers. Look at the plans that we offer. See, with ID Seal, we have 2 plans. One's a Platinum and one's a Platinum Plus. For Platinum, you can have 1 adult, and it's $28.99 a month to fully protect your identity. Listen, they cover social media when it comes to LinkedIn, Facebook, they do Instagram, email accounts, credit cards, and you name it, ID Seal protects it. For less than $1 a day, you can protect your identity. And you wouldn't believe, folks, you would not believe the amount of stories we've been hearing where people had no idea that their identifications have been compromised until they became a customer of ID Seal. Now, if you have a family like myself, I have a daughter, I chose to be on the Platinum Plus plan, because on the Platinum Plus, I'm able to cover myself and my daughter for $34.99 a month. Listen, you can cover up to 10 children. And if you're 18 and you have grandchildren, listen, your grandchildren can count for this plan. You can have up to 10 children on our Platinum Plus plan. It's absolutely spectacular. I'm going to mute some people out here. Let's see. I just can hear everybody. Hang on 1 second. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Wonderful. Now, when you're planning your qualifications, when you're trying to acquire 7 customer points tonight to put yourself in a position to earn income, listen, ID Seal is 2 points per account. So if you and your spouse acquired themselves as customers, that's already 4 customer points. That's 2 services, 4 customer points with just ID Seal. See, if you want to qualify with just this service, go out and get 4 ID Seal customers. That's 8 customer points right there, and you have been customer qualified and in a position to earn income with our company. So how do you become an ID Seal customer? Super, super simple. It's a 3-step process. Number 1, you go on your storefront and you enroll. Number 2, you want to authenticate who you are. That is where ID Seal just make sure that you are who you say you are. You simply answer a handful of questions about your identity. And then once you do that, you add your monitored information. Again, email addresses, social media accounts, credit cards, your passport, anything that you want monitored, you can add on your profile. And again, each service, each program is 2 points for each account. The next service I want to talk about is Zoom Energy. Listen, folks, we have the opportunity. This just blows my mind every time I talk about it. We have the opportunity of getting paid every single time somebody turns on and off a light, heats and cools their home, makes a pot of coffee, washes their clothes. We have the opportunity of getting paid every single time somebody pays for a natural gas or electricity bill. We have been involved with the deregulation of natural gas and electricity, and we have partnered up with Zoom Energy, who is an affiliate of the largest supplier when it comes to the deregulation of energy, called NRG. And with Zoom Energy, right now, the point values are associated is for every residential account that you acquire. For natural gas, for the residential accounts, is worth 1 customer point. For electricity for a residential account is worth 1 customer point. But on the commercial side, you can have anywhere between 2 and 8 customer points for gas or electricity. So if you're looking to get customer qualified and you need 3 services, 7 points, go out and get a handful of commercial accounts. Go out and get a handful, 7 residential accounts. Listen, folks, if you go after customers that have both natural gas and electricity in states that are deregulated, for 1 household, that's 2 points. Go out and get 4 households, 4 homes, help them with their natural gas and electricity bill, and you are now customer qualified. All the information can be found on your online storefront, but it is super, super simple to sign up a Zoom Energy customer. All that you want to do is go to your online storefront, select gas and electricity under services, select the checked availability button, type in the zip code or your state, and it'll pull up all the pricing, all the plans that are available for you or your customer, and go through the ordering form right then and there. The minute you submit that form, you have now become a Zoom Energy natural gas or electricity customer. Here's what I want you all to understand, is I want you to see how simple it is to acquire customers with ACN. The first place that I really want you to look to become a customer, doesn't it just make sense, is to look at yourself. Look at your own services, because we want to start thinking like business owners. When you become a customer of all the services or any of the services that we provide, listen, folks, number 1, it's going to help you build belief in that service. Number 2, it's going to train you on how to acquire the service. Wouldn't you rather mess up on yourself when going through the training process than messing up on your mom or your mother-in-law? Absolutely. So you want to sign up for as many services as you can so that it trains you on the process and builds your belief in that service. But number 3, and to me, this is the most important reason. You could have eliminated any of the other reasons for me to become my own customer by just showing me this reason, and that's to get paid on your own services. Doesn't it just make sense to switch over your service so that you can start earning residual income every single time you pay for that bill? Absolutely. See, we've got to start thinking like business owners. If you own and ran a Mercedes dealership, but you drove around in a Lexus, can we agree people would look at you funny? Absolutely. See, we want you to be a product of the product. We want you to have as many of the services as we can. Number 1, to position you to start earning income, getting customer qualified. But number 2, so that you can get paid every single time you utilize and pay for these services. So by just looking at yourself and looking at your own home, you probably could get customer qualified right then and there within your own home. But if you have a bigger goal, if you want to go out and attack that May bonus and go after those 12 personal customer points, or maybe you have even a bigger goal and you want to go after what I had you write down earlier on, and that was attack 60 points, we've got to start looking outside of ourselves. Well, where do we go next? Listen, doesn't everyone else we know also utilize these services? Absolutely. So how do we build value? How do we show our contacts how we can help them with the services that they're already paying for? Listen, get out your pen and paper and write down these 3 words, because these 3 words are going to make you a lot of money. And that's favor, help, try. Again, favor, help, try. Here's why I want you to write these 3 words down, is because I'm about to teach you a way that's going to help you acquire not only just a handful of customers, but it's going to help you acquire sticky customers. You're going to acquire customers that are going to stick with you for life. How many of us like that concept? Absolutely. See, I don't want to waste neither of our time by helping you acquire a customer that's going to leave you in 6, 9, or 12 months. But if you really listen closely to the script I'm about to give you, you're going to be able to acquire a customer that's going to stick with you for life. And that's by using the Favor Help Try script. Favor Help Try script is super, super simple. Simply ask for a huge favor. Listen, can you do me a huge favor? I'm about to qualify for a promotion with the company I represent, and all that I need to get is a few more customers right away. Here is where I want you to insert your why. Tell them why you decided to look at other ways of making money. See, this is really powerful. In 1 to 2 sentences, when you really open up and you share why you decided to look at other ways of making money, this is what it does. It breaks down the walls of the person on the phone. Meaning, how many of us hate the feeling of being sold? We all do. So when you share your why, those walls come down. The person on the other line no longer feels like you're trying to sell them on something, but more importantly, they now know how much they can help you by becoming a customer. So insert your why and tell them, listen, if I can offer you a service that you're already using, can you do me a huge personal favor? Help me out, give my service or 2 or 3 or 4 a try. It would mean the world to me. And oh, by the way, I would help feed a starving child in the United States. Isn't that powerful? See, when you utilize this script and you humble yourself and you ask for a favor, people are going to want to become your customer. And listen, let me just share with you one thing before I close. If you had a rate-to-rate comparison type conversation with your contacts, and somebody came knocking on their door with a better rate than what you were offering them, can we agree your contact is probably going to switch because they're going to be saving more money with that other person. But if you really just humble yourself and you utilize the Favor Help Try script and you ask them for a huge favor and you tell them why you decided to look at other ways of making money, can we agree, even if somebody has a better rate, your contact's going to think twice before switching to that other person. Why? Because now they know how much they're blessing you and your family by being your customer. Listen, folks, this script can make you a lot of money if you utilize it right. If you use excitement and urgency, you're going to get excellent results, and people are going to want to become your customer. So I hope this portion was helpful. See, this is how we're going to help you position yourself to earn income, but more importantly, when you get customer qualified, you're now positioning yourself to get paid overriding residual income when you start building distribution. And I have the absolute pleasure to bring on to tonight's webinar none other than Senior Vice President Patrick Maser, who's going to dive into the details of how we build an organization the most efficient and effective way. And I could not think of anybody better to do so, because for those of you who did not hear earlier, this gentleman is a personal mentor of mine. He got me up and running 10 years ago, teaching me the system that he's about to teach you here tonight. And he has been able to help thousands upon thousands of people all across the world, training them on the system of team building and mindset that you're about to hear. And today, he has hit every accolade of the company. He is not only a senior vice president, but he is a circle of champions who has been called on by the co-founders to take this system and train it to other countries around the world. And we have him here tonight, coaching and mentoring us and taking time away from his beautiful family. So if we could please bring on tonight's webinar, none other than Circle of Champions Senior Vice President, Mr. Patrick Maser.
Man, great to be on the call here alongside of you, Autumn. And, love what you talked about here tonight. You have 40,000 customers. You've been able to do that over a 9-year period. Today, I loved how you talked about financial freedom and allowing those 40,000 customers to pay a bill that your family gets paid on. And today you have time and money, and that is so rare in the world that we live in here tonight. So I just want to, number one, acknowledge you for doing a phenomenal job here tonight. Number two, all of your success, and you've had a lot of success by helping people in the biggest industries in the world. And so, folks, number one, I want to acknowledge all of you for being on the call here tonight. So many people waste their weekends. So many people do not do what you're doing here this evening, and that's turning your spare time into life-changing income. creating a revenue stream for your family, creating residual income for your family. And most people are not doing what you're doing here tonight. So number one, feel good about that. Feel good about the fact that you're separating yourself from everybody out there in the world today. Number two, this is an online business. And how many of us love this technology? That we get a chance to see one another, that we get a chance to be at home and do the things that are important to all of us to do, but still be able to do business around our schedules. This is the business of the future. Let me share something. As Amazon has disrupted the retail world, and as Uber disrupted the cab world, we're disrupting the business world with allowing people like us an opportunity to get paid on services that every business and every residential consumer has to pay. And there's nobody like us in the world here today. There's a lot of companies that sell products. There's a lot of companies that sell nutritionals. There's a lot of companies that do a lot of the same things, but we're the only company in the world that's selling services around the world. So you're hearing about something before everybody else does. Now, there's two parts to our business. The first part is getting customers. I like what Autumn talked about here tonight. I would get qualified as fast as possible. You could do 4 ID seals tonight and be qualified. That first check means everything for us as representatives because it's proof of concept. Proof of concept means that you made money in what we're doing here tonight. And by getting qualified in your first 30 days gives you that first bonus check in your direct deposit. Now, how many of you watch Shark Tank? And you hear people get on Shark Tank and they got great ideas, they got great businesses, but nobody invests with anybody that does not make money in that business. Meaning proof of concept is extremely important. So hopefully you understood how to get those 7 points here tonight and get you qualified tonight and get you making money here tonight. My job is to talk about building distribution. How do we build, distribution points around the world? And I'm going to do that here this evening by showing you exactly what you do to position yourselves to make all the money possible in our marketing plan. Now, Autumn did a great job talking about getting customer qualified, talking about getting those 3 services tonight. My job is to talk about how to build the team. Now, there's a couple things that we can do. The first thing is we've got to schedule a private business reception. Now, this is an organized event that we do in your home to introduce people to ACN. And 2 things are going to happen that night. Number one, we're going to get customers. How do we get some additional customers in our business is by inviting people to look at the business. Meaning if they're not ready to get involved, they'll always become a customer. The second thing is at that organized event in your home, we're going to share the ACN opportunity and we're going to get representatives in your team. Now, the goal is for you to schedule that here tonight. So take some time out, schedule that meeting tonight, whether you want to do Monday night at 4:30 or 6:30 or 8:30, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. We do 4:30, 6:30, 8:30. So these presentations are 30 to 40 minutes long. So they're not going to be very long. We're going to come to your home. We're going to do a quick presentation, and we're going to between customers and representatives. So we're going to figure out what they're going to be, whether it be a customer or whether they're going to be a representative, and that's going to be up to them. Second thing is you can do this on the weekends, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Schedule what time works best for you. Now, once you have that date and time, now we're going to start building the list of names. Now we're going to start going through our contact base and everybody we've done business with. I know a lot of you are business owners here tonight. I know a lot of you are, whether it be a small or big business owner, where you know that business ownership, people gravitate to what we do. So anybody you know that, whether it be a real estate investor or individuals that own real estate, are exceptional at what we do because they get paid up front to bring the customers in and they make residual income. Second type of person is people that have done network marketing. You know, when you go through your list of names, anybody that's done what we're doing here tonight, a lot of people that have done this type of business, but it's been a product. And it's usually very difficult because you're convincing people to buy something and trying to explain to them why they need it. Here's a service that everybody already has, and people that have done network marketing love ACN. So you want to put a star next to their name, and then already successful people. You know, there's people in your life that maybe they make 100 grand a year, but they work for somebody else. You know, everybody in our country knows there's no job security, and people that make a lot of money at a job, they're the first ones I invite to come take a look at ACN, because everybody needs a plan B, especially if you have a job in America today. There's no job security. There's nobody out there that has any illusion that they have job security in the world that we work in today. So you want to build the biggest list you can, and then you want to invite people to come take a look. Now, remember, we're in a duplicatable business. People do what we do, not what we say. So if you have a lot of people at your meeting, they're going to invite a lot of people to their meeting. If you have a couple people at your meeting, they're going to have a couple people at their meeting, because they do what you do, not what you say. Now, the hard facts, 50% of everybody you invite will show up and 50% will not. So if you want to have 10 to 20 people at your home, you got to invite 20 to 40 people to get 10 to 20 guests at your home. Now, the size of that meeting will duplicate. Now, we have an inviting script, and you're going to want to take a picture of this. And you also want to see at the top right-hand corner of my slide, it says wealthinstituteinc.com. Wealthinstitute.com. Now, that's a website that you can go to actually watch videos on this invite script. So there's videos that are produced so you can watch to learn what to say. Now, 80% of our business is inviting. So can we agree you're going to want to get great at inviting? Now, our script is very simple. It's a question we ask everybody. Do you look at other ways of making money? Do you look at other ways of making money? Now, here's what's exciting. You're either going to get a yes, I do, a no, I don't, or what are you talking about? Now, this is when you want to share your why. Here's why I'm looking. See, when I started ACN, my parents were struggling. My parents couldn't retire, and I was concerned about their retirement. So I started looking for some new opportunities, and I came across something that deals in new technology. But let me tell you who I met. I met an unbelievable individual named Moheyer. Autumn is a massively successful individual. She's a multi-business owner. She's bringing something right into our area. And on Wednesday at 6:30, I got about 30 minutes of her time. I'd love for you to get a chance to meet Autumn. Can I put you down for coming? Now, stop right there. Think about what I did. The first thing I did is I asked them a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? If they say yes, or yes, what is it? I tell them, hey, look, this is why I'm looking. My parents can't retire. And because they can't retire, I started looking for some other things. I came across something that deals in new technology, but let me tell you who I met. I met a multi-business owner named Autumn Moheyer. And Autumn's having massive financial success. She's a multi-business owner. She's moving something right into our area. And on Wednesday night at 6:30, I'm doing a presentation in my house, and I'd love for you to meet Autumn. Can I put you down for coming? Now, that's what you do. Now, the reason why you want to build the credibility of your presenter is because people want to meet successful people. If I told you that we're going to do a meeting tonight on investing, some of you might say, I'm not interested in investing. I know people that lost a lot of money in the stock market. But what if I told you that the person speaking was Warren Buffett? How many of you want to come now? Of course. Why? Because he is a credible investor. See, you are working with an expert. And the more you build the expert up, the easier it is for you to get away when the questions come. Because let me tell you something, the questions will come. The closer they are to you, the more they're going to ask you questions. You know, I can remember like yesterday, people were saying, well, do you have a website? Or what's the name of the company? Or do I got to invest any money? Or do I got to recruit any people? And I used to say, there's some great questions. I want you to meet the expert. I don't know all the details, but let me tell you who does. My expert. And the more you make it about your expert, the more you build the credibility of your expert, the easier it is for you to get away when the questions come. See, if you start answering questions, here's the problem. Skepticism. See, people become skeptical when you talk to them about something they don't know you before. I've had people that took a look at this business that said, I've heard about ACN before, but I didn't hear about it the way you just presented it. I know. The person that invited you, they robbed the opportunity because they started answering questions, and people make a decision over a phone call. The goal is to get them into your living room. The goal is to fill your living room up. And here's what I found. The more I talked about my expert, the more I had excitement in my voice, the more I had urgency in my voice of, you need to meet this individual Wednesday night at 6:30. Can I put you down for coming? Now, does everybody see where it says set up confirmation call? What that means is day of your meeting, you're going to send us a list of everybody you invited. And we're going to take those names and we're going to call those people and just do a confirmation call. Now, why do you have somebody else confirm them? Is a third party. No different than when you get your hair cut or go to a doctor's office appointment, somebody confirms the appointment other than the doctor. We found that the more you stick to this system, the more success you're going to have. And we're going to be able to help you get off to that fast start, but you're going to have to get this script down. Now, did everybody catch the part where I talked about my parents couldn't retire? See, for you tonight, you got to figure out why you're on the Zoom here tonight. For some of you, it might be to pay for your college education for your kids. For others, it might be that you want to make residual income so you can vacation more, or you can get your time back, or you can just be stress-free because you're financially free. So whatever that reason is here tonight, you want to make sure you put it in your script and make it very, very short and small and simple so people can get on the same page you're on when you tell them, here's why I'm looking. My kids want to go to college. And I don't know if you looked at what college costs in America today, but I'm blown away with how much money people are paying for education. And because of that, I started looking for some new opportunities, and I came across one that deals in new technology. But let me tell you who I met. And now you want to build the credibility of your presenter. When questions come, be new. I don't know all the answers, but let me tell you who does. Her name's Moheyer. She's having massive financial success. And Wednesday night at 6:30, she's going to be in my living room, and I'd love to introduce you to Autumn. The person is extremely successful. I want you to meet that person. I don't want to try to answer questions in something I don't quite understand myself, but let me tell you what I do understand. The person coming to my house is extremely successful, and I'd love to put you two together. And if they need to talk to somebody, do a three-way call. That's where you bring one of us into the conversation, and we can help you get them into your living room. Now, here's what's exciting about our business. It's simple. Any one of you can do what we're doing here tonight. You just got to take action. Now, this week is going to be a big week. We have a big, big bonus on the table for anybody that gets started in the month of May, and we have a way for you to make over $1,000 by signing 3 people up and helping them go get customers, and you get customers. So for those of you that are goal-oriented, the goal is to book a home meeting tonight. The goal is for you to text the person you're working with. You know, take some time out, text the person you're working with, and let them know you want to do a meeting. And let them know that you want to do a meeting Wednesday at 8:30 or 4:30 on Thursday or 6:30 on Thursday, or whatever day you want to do the meeting. Go ahead and take some time out tonight and text the person you're working with, and they're going to start to coach you. We're going to do a coaching call for you 3 days before your meeting. We call this the 72-hour call. So let's review what you did tonight. The first thing you did is you got a couple customers. And I would start with yourself, meaning become a customer of the services. Number one, it's tax deductible. Number two, if I was going to make any mistakes, I want to make them on myself before I start bringing other people in. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to schedule that home meeting. You're going to make a list of names, and you're going to practice this invite script until you get it down. Now, at the end of your meeting in your living room, there's only 3 types of people: yeses, questions, and nos. The yeses, make them a representative, pencil in their meeting date, and invite them to training. Trainings are all going to be found at wealthinstituteinc.com. You're going to want to get them to the training so they understand what they said yes to. If they have any questions, take them over to the promoter, and you want to get them to training on Saturday as well, and hand them a magazine. We've been featured in Success from Home magazine right now on Barnes & Nobles all over the world. ACN took the cover of the magazine Success from Home. Now, if they say no, thank them, make them a customer, and ask them for a referral. Now, folks, I just want you to understand that our business is simple, but you've got to have that winning mindset doing this business. Number one, we are not in the sales business. When people call me up and said, oh, my friend's done a lot of sales, I'm not looking for salespeople. I'm looking for sorters. I'm looking for people that want to sort through people to find you and to find me. People that want residual income. People that want to own a business of their own. See, we're not in the convincing business. We're in the sorting business. No different if you were to go get some apples tonight, let's say for tomorrow, and your spouse says, stop at the grocery store and get some apples. Now imagine if you were to go to the grocery store and there was a whole big bin of apples and you reached in and you got a red apple. Great. You would stick it in your basket. You reached in, you got a green apple. Maybe that green apple over time would ripen and become red. And then you reached in the bin and there was a brown apple and your fingers went inside the apple. Now, how many of us here would agree we wouldn't put that apple in the basket? Could you imagine going home to your spouse and saying, I brought you a brown apple, and I think if we talk to it and we motivate it and we put it on the windowsill, it could be red over time. Imagine if you were to say, I know you got red in you. No, none of us would ever do that. And the reason I share that, because you're going to run into some brown apples making phone calls. There's going to be some people that don't look at other ways of making money. There are some people that are not going to be interested in our business. Folks, who cares? Move on to the ones that are. The red apples are the you and the me. I was a red apple. Somebody called me up and said, do you want to make extra money? I said, absolutely. I ran over to their house. I loved the concept. I signed in, went to a training, and learned how to do it. But I know there's going to be some people that are going to be more of the green apple. I've got some questions. Training SW next. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. Your job is to go through people and have fun doing it, folks. But remember, you're going to be on an emotional roller coaster. Man, I got involved in ACN. I thought everybody was like us tonight. I thought everybody was a business-minded person. I thought everybody wanted to make residual income. And then all of a sudden, I had some people that weren't even interested. It blew my mind. Not even interested in coming to take a look. Not even open to want to hear more about what we're doing tonight. And then I had some people that got involved and had success. And I've had other people that said they didn't even have $4.99. Imagine an adult in America today telling another adult they don't even have $500. It blew my mind. I had other people that got in and went out and got customers, and I've had some other people that did nothing but complain. Folks, you're going to go up and down on a roller coaster because people are going to affect you. You got to have long-term thinking, folks. You got to have a reason why for doing this business here tonight. You got to have something personal to you, something that you're passionate about, something that you want to see happen for your family, just like I wanted to see some big things happen for my family. We got the opportunity. Company's been in business for 26 years. We've got services everybody has to use and pay for. The only variable here is you. The company's having the same for all of us. The service is the same for all of us. The only thing we got to work on, folks, tonight is you. And that's what you're doing here tonight. You did. And went out and got 40,000 customers on the service. I think we can agree it works. The only thing we got to do is spend time working on us. And that's what we're doing here tonight. And when you think about our services and you think about our company, all we got to do is a couple of things. Number one, schedule a home meeting here tonight. Number two, get people to go to the Saturday training, go to leadership class, and the big ones are national convention. Our company has a national convention scheduled for June 21st, June 22nd, and June 23rd. It is going to be the Super Bowl of what we do. This is the World Cup of what we do. This is literally the biggest event that our company puts on, and it's happening this upcoming June 21st, June 22nd, June 23rd. Now, everybody has to get a ticket. The cost for the weekend is $169. It covers all 3 days for $169, and we want every single one of you to be a part of it. We don't want to lose anybody behind. See, what I find is most people spend more time planning their summer vacations than they do their life. Most people will not go to a personal development weekend because most people aren't developing as a person. Most people do not spend time learning how to become financially free. Most people spend more time watching television than they do doing what you're doing here tonight, working on you, becoming a better you, understanding that we've got an opportunity in our hands for financial freedom. But it's only going to happen through training, and that's what this national convention is going to do. It's going to train you. It's going to show you what you need to do to be successful in this business. And I'm fortunate here tonight because we have individuals that, you know, jumped on these Zooms and paid close attention, went to work, and ended up becoming extremely successful in what we do here tonight.
Person, a positive person, a bad person, or a good person. That's the type of stuff that transfers to energy. Who somebody chooses to like, or love, or a good person attracted to does not transfer. So I don't understand that because it's not the same thing.
Well, I believe so. Like, if I'm
first of which, I want to bring to the front of the call here tonight. If you have any background noise, if you can mute yourself out. Hey, Phil, if you can mute yourself out, that's great.
Like, so gave the energy.
Hey, Phil.
Well,
can
you mute science? Everything energy. Everything is energy.
Who you're attracted to is not an energy at all.
Well, you give out the energy. That energy.
Of who you're attracted to?
Yeah. If I'm attracted to you, I'm gonna give you an energy.
But that's if you're attracted to me, like, specifically.
Yeah.
Gay men aren't attracted to you. They're not gay. They might look at you and say, oh, he's handsome, but that don't mean they want to.
Hey guys, well, I apologize for any background noise, and I want to first of which bring, if I could, to the front of the call an individual that's a regional vice president. He's had a ton of success in what we do. He's out of the Alabama marketplace, and that's none other than Randy Lowry. Randy, do you don't mind if you could just taking a quick minute and talking with everybody on
like
business has helped you and how the national convention you have a lot of success.
No, because you're.
Can you hear me now, Patrick?
We
can hear you now, brother. Go on.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you, and you know, sitting here listening to this call, man, it just blows me away every time I hear the system, and because this is where it started for me. But you know, as you talk about the national convention, you know, I'll just jump right into that, guys. 6 years ago, when I got started in this business, you know, one of the first things that they told me was I had to go to the national convention, that, you know, I had to come see the big picture. And, you know, I remember as a football guy, as an athlete, I remember thinking, I don't need pep rallies. I don't need hype. I don't need hoorah. I don't need all that stuff. You know, put the ball down, you know, say hut, tell me who to go hit. And that was kind of my mindset. And they taught me into going. And I'm glad they did. You know, went to my first international convention, was blown away by, number one, who ACN was as a company, with the level of individuals that were involved in this opportunity, the people that were having success and making, you know, not just money, but lots of money. We're just average, you know, just ordinary people like you and I on the call here today. And it made me realize that I could do this business. And I came back, ACN went from my head, it went to my heart, and I was all in. And, you know, guys, I realized that I couldn't just go by myself. I had to get people there. And, you know, I made a commitment to get people there, guys. And every single leader in my team that has made lots of money, that has went regional director, that has went regional vice president, every single one of those individuals did not want to come to the national convention. But we had the hard conversations. They came and made a decision to go to the national event, guys. And that's literally brought tens of thousands of customers into our team across this country, different countries. And guys, because of the national event, I haven't had a real job in 5.5 years. ACN's all I've done. Guys, being able to stay at home, spend time with my family, do things that most people don't get to do. It's been a blessing, but none of that would be possible without the training that I received at that national event. it blew me away, and I promise you, it'll blow you as well away. And I look forward to seeing you there. And Mr. Maser, I appreciate you letting me share.
Man, I love the fact that you got a chance to, stay home with your family and build this in the cracks of your schedule. You went to the national convention. You learned what you needed to learn to become a regional vice president. Randy didn't talk about the fact that he has over 10,000 customers on these services that his family makes money on every single month because he learned how to do this business. And the reason I'm taking a minute and talk about this, the national convention, anybody that's serious about putting themselves and their family in a winning position, this international convention is a have to. Now, if you're on here tonight to make a couple extra bucks, you don't need to fly to San Jose, California. You don't need to spend 3 days learning this business. I'm talking to people tonight that want to make six figures. I'm talking to people tonight that want to become financially free, that want to make millions of dollars. If that's something you want to make, and here's what's exciting about that, we will show you what you need to do to win in this opportunity in a big way. Matter of fact, I have an individual on the call tonight, a college student by background, signed up in this business 2 years ago, went to an international convention while in college, came back, went to work, and today she has over 1,000 customers on the books. She's been able to help literally hundreds of people get their business up and running. She's been recognized all over for having success in what we do, and that's none other than top producing Regional Director Shayla Smith. And Shayla, thank you so much for jumping on the call here tonight, and maybe just share a little bit about yourself and what's happened since getting involved in this business.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Call's all yours.
Wonderful. Well, first and foremost, it's a privilege to share the call with you here today. Guys, he said a lot of kind things about me, but I'm nobody special. My name is Shayla Smith. I was actually a full-time college student. I was a sophomore in college when I first seen this opportunity. Now I'm obviously a graduate, but when I first got started, guys, they kept talking about a national convention. And obviously I came to one of the training events that we have here tonight that you guys plugged into. Absolutely phenomenal. Got myself in a position to get paid, which is customer qualified, where Regional Vice President Platinum, Miss Moheyer actually went in detail about, got myself in a position to start making money. Then what Mr. Patrick Maser talked about, building a massive organization. Now, all of that was fine and dandy. They had us set up for massive success, but where it really connected was at the national convention. I remember my first national convention was San Jose, California, which we're actually coming up to here in June 21st through the 23rd. And that's where it all made sense. That's where the business went from my head to my heart. That's where I learned how I was going to build a massive customer base, a massive organization. And why? Because all the tools were there. They literally had everybody winning in this opportunity at a very high level, teaching us and showing us how we're going to make this thing grow really, really big and massive for us. And you literally learn anything that you need to succeed at. It doesn't matter if you're a college student like I was, or you're a retiree, a professional. This business is designed for everybody. And the national convention is where you learn everything that you need to learn to make this thing really, really work for you. And guys, since I've been in this business for 2 years, like he said, I have over 200 business partners, including internationally, and I have over 1,000 customers. And guys, honestly, it's the training and support, and it doesn't end here. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in San Jose, California, because if you want to take this thing to the top, going to San Jose is not a question. It's who are you bringing with you. And I'm going to actually turn the call back over to you, Mr. Patrick Maser, and I hope the rest of you have a wonderful night.
Great job, Shayla, and love the fact that you've been able to plug into a system. You have customers around the world. You learned a new skill set. You learned how to start a business at a young age. You learned how to make passive and residual income, and you learned how to teach other people how to do the same thing. Folks, we have no competition. Nobody's doing what we're doing. There's not another company selling services around the world, and you're sitting at the very beginning of what's going to be a household name in your lifetime. And here's what I recommend all of you doing. Number one, let's get back to who put you on the Zoom here tonight. Let's use Sunday night as a working time. Let's get some things accomplished here tonight. Here's what I find. Most people waste their weekends. Most people do not do things on Sunday night, and they wake up Monday all upset because they have an entire week in front of them, and they're not jumping off to a fast start. Let's get your customers knocked out here tonight. Let's make sure you got a couple points on the board here tonight. Let's get that check coming to you right away, direct deposit, because you got qualified. For those of you that haven't scheduled a home meeting, let's get that done. Make sure you have a game plan. Let's make sure you know what you're doing over the next handful of days, because you're going to run into people tomorrow that are going to be looking for an opportunity. If you don't have a meeting scheduled, imagine if you ran into me and you don't have a meeting scheduled. How many of us agree you're going to start talking about ACN? Well, here's the problem. You're talking about something that you're not documented to talk about. See, Autumn's documented, Shayla's documented, Randy's documented. These are people that I would want to present the opportunity to people that I know. But if you do not have a meeting scheduled, understand those individuals are going to be presenting for other people, and they're going to be out building this business for other people. Why not you? So make sure you text the person you're working with or get on the phone with the person you're working with, and let's get that meeting on the books here tonight. Let's get you launching into the week so that you can hit some of these bonuses right out of the gate, and you can change your financial future with residual income. Now, for those of you that are signing up here tonight, I know there's some of you that are off of the last call onto this call. I just want to screen share with you. This is the ACN website. Here's all our services. So you can learn more about our services by clicking on acn.com and going right here under the services. And here's our energy service. You can, look on how simple it is to check availability in your market. You put your zip code in. You immediately can see whether or not we can sell energy in your particular part of the country. Extremely simple to do. Now, for those of you that are joining us in San Jose, you want to go to acnreg.com. Right here, this is how you do it. You put your business ID number in, your email address, and you push submit, and you get your ticket for San Jose. We're going to be at the SAP Center, where they play hockey at, is where we're going to be doing this event. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And just to give you guys sort of a flavor of what the weekend's going to be like, let me see if I can pull this up. This is our national convention, and I've got a quick video I'll show you to give you a glimpse of what our convention's like. Now, our national convention, there are people going to be there from around the world, meaning you'll see people there from 26 different countries that are hungry to learn about ACN, that are hungry to learn about how to make residual income. And you're more than welcome to not only come, but get a chance to spend the weekend in a positive environment, get a chance to learn from people that are successful, that are having success in this opportunity, and are going to take time out to show you and me how we can have the same thing that they have. Now, this event, again, it's going to be powerful. And here's a quick clip of what our national convention's like.
This could be the weekend of dramatic change for you.
These events will be your greatest tools in allowing people to see the big picture of ACN.
So many great things are going to happen.
There's no better time to be in ACN than right now.
Right now is the time to make a difference.
Be committed, and who's going to step up and say, this is mine, and I'm going to take it. We're in this game to win. That's all there is to it. And we're going to win, and you have to have that same attitude.
Today, we're over $500 million of annual revenue, growing to $1 billion in 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Are we afraid of competition? We have no competition. There is no other company like ACN.
Every single one of you were born with the seed of greatness within you. You can be a blessing to so many others.
have grown to be the largest direct seller of telecommunications and energy services and essential home services in the entire world.
Your dream. That's why we created ACN.
I think that you are right at the very top of all the direct marketing companies in the world. You know that, don't you?
This is a great time to be in an organization like this.
We came here to change our lives, change our future, change our world.
Nobody has the right to define you but you.
The ACN business is crucial, not just for yourselves, not just for your friends, but for this country and for the world.
Think about that thing that used to be a should, and now is a must.
I would never ever tell you, I hope you do great things with your life. I'm expecting it.
When you get to the end of your life, you're going to be able to say, I made a difference. And that's what it's all about.
I will see you, and yes, I really do mean you. Not just at the top, I'm going to see you over the top.
You got it. It's here. It's laying at your front door. Quit praying. It's here. The opportunity is here.
Are you ready to make a difference? You need to start living the life that you deserve right now.
This is it.
Man, that'll give you an idea what our national convention's like. But for those of you that need all the details, those of you that truly know that investing in yourself is the greatest investment you can ever make, this event is a cannot miss. Great training, so much inspiration. You're going to want your entire team to be there, but you got to get pre-registered. So guys, first of which, thank you for being on the call here tonight. I feel honored and privileged to get a chance to work alongside with so many great leaders, as I'm seeing so many people's names on the call here tonight that I know firsthand. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. We're doing some great things. We're helping lots of great people, but let's get off the line here today and let's take some action. Let's get the meetings booked. Let's get some points on the board. Let's get you pre-registered for the upcoming event. I'll look forward to seeing all of you guys over the course of the next 7 days. Go to wealthinstituteinc.com, wealthinstituteinc.com. Register at the bottom for the emails so you are not left behind on anything that's happening within this team. So God bless each and every one of you. That concludes the meeting for the night. Have a great kickoff to your week tomorrow.